Hi everybody. So this week is going to be a little different, as in I'm still home for this hike. Well, we'll just call it a walk. But I mean, I can't go anywhere. So thankfully, I'm lucky enough that the property I live on is my friend's, and they've got about like 7.5, 6, somewhere around there, a lot of acres. And so I'm going to just take a walk on the property, and we'll yap together. Elijah, I put his collar on, and he thinks we're going in the car to go on a walk. But so he's super excited and he wants to get in the car, but I think I will confuse him because I'm gonna go walk this way. But I think I'm gonna leave him off leash for now because, there's no chance we run into other dogs. So, let's go. You can tell someone's super excited, and I know, we're going, buddy. He loves it. In the ice, so it's been about almost a week, I guess now, but it was a little bit ago, 5 days ago, it sleeted, iced on us, freezing rain. I'm not really sure what the difference is. I know there is a difference. But yeah, it did all that on us, and so we've been stuck in the house for 5 days. I just went back to work today, but I didn't even drive myself. I had to come get a friend to pick me up because these back roads are not melting. But yeah, it looks like snow, and right now it's probably a little bit more consistency of snow, but it was straight ice, like solid ice. I could have gone ice skating on this ice. It was so solid. And so Buddy normally loves the snow because, he's part husky, and so all things snow he loves. And but yeah, the first day that we came out, and after it had been like this, I was like, oh, he's gonna love it, he's gonna play in it for forever. But no, we were out for 5 minutes and he was like, no, get me out of this, I want to go back inside, because it was just so solid. He couldn't, there's no real fun playing in it. But now that it's softer, he's loving it, and I'm excited to get him out of the house and get exercising, and he is too. But honestly, he has kind of enjoyed me being home, because we've been cuddled up in bed for 4 days straight now, and I'm normally not home a lot, and so he has loved it. And he just snores. He's a big snorer, okay? I don't know that you know this, but yeah, dogs snore, and he's super loud, and it's hard to relax when he's snoring like that. So yeah, it has been a little bit fun, not leaving my camper in 4 days, but it's also kind of hard because, you've heard me say before, I do not like to stay home. And, honestly, I don't know that there's been, in the last few years, I don't think there's been a time where I've not left my house at all for 4 days straight. And so it was, a bit of a struggle. All that time just sitting in my bed because, I live with my brother, but, it's hard to be alone, basically, for that long. I just kind of let my thoughts get to me And that's not always the best. But I know some of you probably have been the same, because I'm sure, you know, we're not the only place that has gotten iced, snowed like this week. I don't really know. Yeah. It's hard. Especially times like these, is like what I talked about in my last video, where I'm like, 5 years ago, I thought I would be in a completely different place right now in my life, and I'm not. And these last few days have really shown me that I'm not. Yeah, it's been a real struggle. But, you know, I got out today, and it's like I've got a whole new outlook. No. Yeah, it was like that was just staring me in the face for the last 5 days, and felt like I could talking about it does make me feel better. And so I don't know that you guys are getting anything from this, but I am, and that's good. I did just get home from work, and so that kind of explains, I hope, the jeans and the outfit. I really didn't feel like changing into a little bit warmer clothes just to go on a little walk, but this is warm enough. Honestly, I've got a thermal shirt on, and I did wear tennis shoes to work. The rain boots are because, you know, I want to keep my feet dry and warm. So my other shoes had no traction on this ice snow at all, and so, you know, I switched to rain boots so that I could safely make this little walk and not slip and bust it, because I don't want to do that. That's also why I wore my banana earrings. I didn't really think about it at first. It just kind of matched. I had a green sweatshirt on over that I was wearing, and so it kind of, you know, green, yellow, and my watch is green and yellow, and so it just matched. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, slip on ice, banana peels, you slip on the bananas, you know, it's funny. Laugh, guys, it's okay, you can laugh. It's a funny joke. But yeah. And, I've been having an interesting day, because, you know, I've been off work for so long and not getting paid, and so the other day when I had called in, I was trying to put in my PTO, which is my paid time off, so that I would get paid for that day. And I was like, man, it's not letting me select the day. Like, it's not letting me put it in. And I just figured it was because of the snow, you know, like they're not pointing anybody. And so they were like, blah, blah. So I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I was just going to wait until I went into work so I could talk to my boss about it. And then I went in this morning, and I'm talking to my friend about it. Cece, she's been at Walmart for forever, so she knows everything. And so I was asking her about it, and I was showing her, and on the app where I was doing it, I was like, it's still not letting me select the day. Like, it's not letting me put in the PTO for this day. And she was like, honey, sweetie, stop, go back. And so I was like, okay. I exited out, and she's like, no, pull it back up. And I was trying to put in PTO for 2 weeks ago, which obviously you're not supposed to, like, you can't do, because I'd already gotten paid for that week. And so I was trying to do it again. It was the 13th I was trying to select, and I was like, no, okay, I see what I'm doing. And so then I tried to do it again, and she's like, honey, no, you're still doing it wrong. And I was like, it's still not letting me do it. She's like, no, that's last week. And so obviously, honestly, I mean, I don't know how I'm doing this, like how I'm a fully functioning adult, because I can't even tell the date, which honestly is kind of like, I being stuck inside the camper and not leaving for 4 or 5 days straight, that probably has a lot to do with it. But yeah, funny moment that I can't figure it out. And then we were stalking all day today because our department was still closed down. And so we were getting trucks in finally today, so we were stalking all day. And there were several moments where I was being dumb and I needed Cece to help correct me because apparently that's what I need. But I mean, you can't blame me too much. I have been in my camper for 4 days doing nothing, and so I was out of practice with society. I also am trying to beat the sunlight here, which, I mean, it's getting close to the end of the day, so there's not a whole lot of. So, my apologies if this video is not as long as my other ones. Again, I never really know how long it's gonna be when I start out. And so, you know, it's just like a surprise every time. And it's a lot harder to hike in Wrangler than I thought it was gonna be. So yeah. We went down that little hill, and now I'm turning around and coming back up, and really worried I'm gonna slip and fall. But hopefully if I do, I'll get it on video. But hopefully I don't, because I don't want to be hurt. But we'll just add it to the list. Yeah, so he actually, I don't know if you can tell, he loves running and he loves the woods. But he can only do it for just a little bit, because he's old. One thing about walking around the land is I don't really know where all of the neighbors are around the land, and so it's kind of freaky. I could have sworn I just heard somebody whistling. It could have been, but I didn't see anybody. It freaked me out a little. But yeah, this is kind of the bottom of the land I live on. And we're kind of in the middle of the woods, and there's like, I don't know if you can see them, but there's like deer tracks. And so maybe I should put him on a leash. I think I might. Yeah, lots of deer tracks. So they like to roam around here. Just fine. Come here, bud. So yeah. I think I'm gonna put him on a leash. No, he's not too happy about it because it means he can't run around, but it's for his safety, so we're gonna do it. So yeah, this is the bottom of the land, basically. It's kind of like a rectangle. And I think my friends who own the place, their plan eventually is to build a house on the land and have like a little homestead eventually. And so right here, I think, is where they bought the land. I think they had rabbits here maybe, and they had like a little chicken house. And so it's pretty cool. I haven't been down here in a while. It's pretty cool. And it'll be a really nice place once they've built our house. And I'm super excited for them. I just figured I'd show you guys around. If I don't, whack my head on a branch or trip and slip in the ice. Yeah, it's a really cool little rabbit hutch they built out of just pallets. I think it's a rabbit hutch or a chicken house. I don't remember what I said. I don't remember what it is, because it's been so long since they've watched me down here. And if I can get the door open, it's snowing in a way. chicken house because there's roosts. But yeah, whoever had this place before, they really just kind of made it their own. And it's actually really cool. Yeah. He is smelling all the smells because, like I said, deer tracks. Oh, baby deer. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's like, oh, okay, he's in the way. Yeah, there are baby deer tracks. That's cute. Yeah, this is kind of more of like an exploration more than it is just a little hike. So, you know, mix it up a little bit. Well, the deer tracks go that way. But the path does not go that way. And, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun and new. Here you can see they used to have a little gate right there. Still a little bit left. Up. I think I've walked through thorns, which is another thing I'm thankful to have my rain boots on for. So that I don't feel that. But yeah, I guess I just wanted you guys to know that, you know, if you're ever feeling alone and just can't get out of your head, you know, you're not alone. I'm sure I've felt that way, obviously, and just, you're never alone. Yeah, so, I just wanted, yeah, to tell everybody kind of what I've been going through the last couple days. There's a little storage shed, and I think over here we've got where they had bees, maybe. We'll check it out. It's a fun little adventure though. And thanks everybody for coming along. Really glad I had him on the leash. A rabbit just went, like, we were like probably 10 feet from a rabbit that just went zooming off. If I didn't have him on the leash, he'd probably be gone because he likes to run after things. Yeah, I think they're gonna do bees down here and maybe some pigs. There's just lots of little, I mean, they look like little stalls, kind of. It's just pallets. And there's more over there. I can't do this. Over there. It's really just like a little place that somebody did by themselves. And that's kind of what you have to do nowadays. I swear I keep hearing things. And I think I'm going insane. I'm just creeped out. I've never, I mean, I guess, that was rabbit poop. Gross. I've recently, like, these videos that I'm doing are really like the first times I've been hiking alone. Normally I'm with my family or like a friend or something. And so I guess that's just getting to my head. Or maybe I'm just a scaredy cat, which I am. I don't like scary movies. And the only time I watch scary movies is when I'm with my friends and they're forcing me to watch scary movies. Because I can't do it. Or not just scary movies, like blood, gore. I can't. I mean, even like a few months ago, I was going through a female crisis, if you will. And I was like, I was at home, and I was like, I have to cut my hair right now. Like, I can't wait to schedule an appointment, which is even more hilarious because one of my best friends is a cosmetologist. Like, she is a hairstylist. She cuts my hair. And so I could have just waited, but I was like, no, I can't wait. I have to do this right now. And so I got my hair cutting scissors that I had bought. I don't know when. I found them in the bottom of my sink, and I was like, I have to. And I found like a video online of how to do it, because I didn't want to like seriously mess up my hair and then go to my friend and be like, it was just, I wasn't gonna do that. So I found a video, and I was actually doing pretty good. I got through half of it, and then I cut my finger with the scissors, snipped myself. And like, it was not a bad cut at all. Like, it was probably a paper cut, if that. And I was like, oh crap. It didn't feel like just a paper cut at first. It felt like I had almost cut my finger off, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna bleed out and die and, you know, freak out. And so I ran it under cold water real quick, because I don't know if that actually helps, but I feel like that helps, and I feel like I've heard or seen that somewhere. And so I did it, and I was like, I have to. And so I did that, and then I took a paper towel off and I wrapped it around my finger, and I held it real tight for a little bit, and then I took the paper towel off to look at it and make sure it wasn't too bad, and then I was like, oh crap, I'm getting dizzy. And so I think I'd set the scissors down before this already, but I was like, I'm not good, I've got to sit down. And so I leaned against my kitchen counter for a little bit, because I don't really remember what I was thinking. I just know that I leaned against my kitchen counter, and then next thing I know, I'm on the floor, and I had passed out. Literally, from like just a little paper cut, I had passed out in the floor. Like, I don't know how long I was out, but I just know I woke up. It was probably just a few seconds, but I woke up in it couldn't have been that long, because my brother was still in his room. He was like, Ireland, you okay? And I was like, it was just the weirdest feeling. Like, I felt like numb all over, and it's like almost like how you would think like static electricity on the TV, how you think like it was tingly. My whole body was tingly. It was really weird. But yeah, all that from a paper cut, so I cannot do blood and gore. And so, no way am I watching a scary movie alone. And not that all scary movies are gory, but some of them are. But I'm not gonna figure out which is which. So, that's just, how did I even get here? I don't remember why I started talking about that. Oh well. I don't know if you can see them behind me. Can't really. But, I guess I'm too far away. But up by my camper, you can see, like, all back there, you can see the mountains really well. And it's just gorgeous. And so, another perk of living in Mena, Arkansas is that view. And I didn't even, like, I knew that view was there, but when I first moved here, the trees had all their leaves on them, and so, you know, couldn't really see it. But like, once it hit fall and all the leaves started falling off, you could see it really well from the steps of my camper, and it's just gorgeous, and I love it. And I'm glad that I get to live here. And you can't even really see it now, but that sunset, oh, I am a sucker for sunsets. The most beautiful one I've ever seen was in Utah when we were on my graduation, or me and my brother's graduation trip. We, did that cross-country trip, and it was in Utah. And honestly, I'll probably see if I can find a picture or something and put it up for you guys to see, but, I could have sat there for forever and just watch the sun. But I also, I love the sun. Like, summer is probably my favorite season, one of my I mean, there's only 4, so how many favorites can you have? But summer is probably one of my tops. And it's just because I love the sun. Like, I tell people all the time, like, if I could eat and live by photosynthesis, I totally would. Not that, I mean, I also love food. So, it's, you know, give and take. But the sun is like, the feeling of the sun on my face it just brings me lots of joy. Oh, slippery part. Yeah, lots of joy. And so, I love it. I know it's not the prettiest, like, scenery, but a sunset, I think, can really make any view beautiful. But yeah, I did make it back to my camper. And so I think we might go down the road a little bit. It's not going to be as pretty. But, just for maybe a few more minutes. Let Elijah get a little bit more sunlight. But I think it's confusing him because he wants to go back. Which actually, he's probably hungry. Fed him early this morning, so he probably wants supper. But get him a little bit more exercise first. Oh, let me walk over here. Ooh, that's better. I am not very well coordinated, and I will slip and fall very easily. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, I love where I live. I don't know, I might actually take him in because it is cold and I don't want his feet to get too wet and cold. But yeah, I don't know how long I just walked. I probably should have measured it on my watch, but I didn't think about it until just now, at the end. Yeah, sunset behind me is, and I don't know, I keep doing that, but it's because I'm pushing my glasses up with my shoulder because I've got my one hand holding the leash and my other hand holding the phone. So just in case you were wondering why I keep sniffing my armpit, I just realized that's what it looks like, but no, I'm pushing my glasses up. And I just sniffled at the same time. Look guys, I was really just pushing my glasses up my face because they like to fall down a lot. What was I saying? Guys, it's been a long day. Yeah, this was fun. Thanks for exploring some with me. Catch you guys next time.